The Midnight Witch. Alright, you guys, this is a free game that just came out. I was actually contacted by the developer to play it a few days early, and I got busy, didn't end up doing that, so I'm kind of playing it on the day of release. But I've been really excited for this. I first saw the Reddit post about it a while back, and I expressed some interest. They were showing me how they were making this kind of title screen here, and I thought it looked really cool. I see that they didn't end up using that, unless it's going to change as we progress. We'll have to see. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start this up here. What's my name again? You don't even remember my name? Well, that's my name. There you go. Oh, okay. Already laughing at me, creepily. Hey, Justin, move your ass. Well, hold up. I want to change the volume a little bit. We're going to turn it down a little bit more. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. All right, I'm moving. My neurons are slowly kicking in like a rusty machine getting greased by motor oil. Huh? I look up with still sleepy eyes towards the origin of this pleasant morning greeting. I notice Dan's cocky grin with his loyal minion at his heels. What's his name again? Bruce? Bryce? Ridiculous name in any case. You're really not a morning person, even worse than me. No, I freaking hate mornings. I feel like I've been jolted awake from a particularly heavy sleep. My temples slump with the usual throbbing pain, characteristic of a too short night's sleep. Like every night, I don't go to bed until I'm exhausted, all of the distractions available to a broke student. A well-rounded mix of TV shows, video games, and procrastination on social media. That's what most people do nowadays. Like every morning, I promise myself to go to bed as soon as I get home. Yeah, but there's no fun in that, okay? To catch up on all those hours of sleep I missed from the previous night. My brain and I both know that I'll fall back into the vicious cycle of insomnia as soon as I get out of class. Shit, not tonight. I'm celebrating our 2nd anniversary with Emma. In spite of the tiredness, a light, silly smile appears on my lips, very quickly replaced by a grimace. I still haven't found a present. If I show up tonight with a stupid poem I scribbled 5 minutes before, she's probably going to be slightly upset. Yeah, no, doesn't go too well. You gotta put more thought into it, you know? Not to mention the fact that knowing her, she's probably been planning for at least 2 months to give me the perfect gift. Suddenly I feel a hand on my shoulder that abruptly pulls me out of my daydreaming. Shit, man, you're really out of it today. Gotta stop jerking off after midnight, alright? Dan puts on a silly and slug smile of one who thinks he's reached the height of comedy. His minion, Bob. I like how it's just Bob and question marks, like he doesn't know. Burst out laughing, revealing perfectly aligned little pointy teeth. He reminds me of a weasel whose survival depends on the level of flattery lavished on his protector. You idiot, I just what exactly? Unable to finish my sentence, I gently massage my aching temples. Damn it, why do I inflict this on myself every night? What, jerking off after midnight? Dan looks solemn. Don't worry, I get it. You were with Emma, right? No wonder you didn't sleep. Hey, that's my girlfriend you're talking about. I mean, you've been together for so long, you guys must have done it all. Been like, what, 6 years? What? No, it's only been, 2. Not good if you had to think about that. 2 fucking years. I don't know if I'll ever find a chick that will keep me going for that long. Come on, you must have hit 2 years of cumulative relationships long ago. But at least 20 girls. Dan's smile widens. What can I say? Some of us are just born to roam. When you're hungry, you gotta eat, right? Dan enjoys quite a following among the female population. It's probably due to his fake bad boy looks or his athletic physique that he maintains despite a tenacious smoking addiction. Well, I've heard that smoking helps you lose weight, so, I mean, that doesn't surprise me that he'd be kind of on the skinnier side. Answer for a particularly loud yawn. Yeah, you're a fucking philosopher, so what the hell is a wild stallion like you doing at school this early? You never usually get to class before the 3rd period. I'm a new man, bro. Time for a quick smoke, and then I'm gonna be sitting in the front row. I turn to Bob. Ben. Oh, now it's changed again. It was Bob, and now it's possibly Ben, who again graces us with his slightly high-pitched and eager laugh. What about you? You decide to rebuild your life too? Ben's Brian's smile suddenly fades and his face turns pale. Wow, he's really not a model of self-confidence. He'd have to stop dressing like a middle schooler. That would already give him a little bit more credit. He does look like a middle schooler. Jin Jin, what's that about? His new two-dimensional girlfriend, his babysitter, his mom. I shake my head slightly to rid myself of a sudden rush of nausea. That red hair looks familiar, though. Did you not hear? We have a new professor this morning. Oh, it's back to Ben now, by the way. Just letting you guys know. There's still a question mark, but it's back to Ben. The sentence hangs in the air. Okay, if you're just pausing for a dramatic effect, I have to tell you it's been incredibly underwhelming. Come on, dude, just out with it. Dan burst into a sonorous laugh. Don't be too hard on Wes. I like how he was so wrong. Wes, no kidding, his name doesn't start with a B. He's a little giddy about the news. Bert, aka Wes somehow. Why are you calling him Bert now? Smiles at Dan with an embarrassed look. The same smile you served to your tormentor in vain hopes that he'll decide to trade his axe for a beer. Never quite understood whether Dan liked this guy or not. I guess he just got used to the presence of a droopy lapdog. Probably also makes him look tough in front of the girls by comparison. Because the new professor, here she's just... Justin! Familiar voice, soft and melodious, reaches my ears. My heart races slightly and my mind instantly recovers its full capabilities. Emma stands right behind us, looking puzzled. Guys? Why are you blocking the entrance? Dan slaps me in the back, nearing knocking the wind out of me. I think it's supposed to be nearly. Look, he's your sweetheart. She doesn't look tired, though. I thought you guys were just getting busy all night long. Or maybe you were someone else, like a boss. I already hate this so much. There's so many references to, like, middle school. You know, the looks saying, like a boss, you know. Emma's cheeks immediately pinken, making her look even more adorable than usual. Dan, you're such a filthy pig. I hope you have insurance to help treat your carpal tunnel in your right hand. And she bites, too, Justin. You really found a girl. A perfect girl, and you can say that. I jostled Dan slightly to get closer to Emma and put a high arm around her shoulders. Just another way to mark my territory against Dan's sexual inclinations. He's a decent enough guy, though, once you get to know him. But when it comes to girls, he gets much less reliable. Hey, Emma, you okay? Emma smiles at me and places a light kiss on my lips, which has a way of triggering a small wave of heat that radiates down my belly. Every single time. Not really the romantic type, but this girl has brought out feelings in me that were previously totally unknown to me. Despite our 2 years together, I still find it hard to believe that such a popular girl decided to date a guy like me. Oh boy, there's gotta be more to this story. Not the worst choice in the world, but she could have clearly done better. At least she remains unaffected by Dan's heavy-handed flirting. In that respect, I'm definitely better than him. You can't blame Dan. He's all excited about the new professor we're having this morning. Apparently. Emma looks at me with a surprised expression. Oh right, you heard it too. I remained slightly puzzled. Is this such big news? A new professor? Especially for a social studies class I probably would have skipped if it weren't for the threat of Emma's reprimand. Needless to say, a good girl like her never misses a class. Dan's smile widens. Ah, a normal answer at last. Look, kids, it's time to get a smoke outside and talk about a topic of the utmost importance. So, are they in high school? I'm really hoping they're college age. I need a game that they're actually college age. You know, and they said professor, so I'm hopeful that this is a college. I mean, it looks a little grand for a high school anyways. Turns abruptly to Bob, aka Wes. It's changing every 2 seconds. I like how he still acknowledges that his name is Wes, but he's also Bob. Or Ben. Or some other name. His lanky body had moved closer to the protector when Emma joined us. Let's go to the seats at the back for us. I want to be in a good position to admire the beast and sleep peacefully as soon as she starts spouting off her lecture. With a shifty look on his face, his minion nods and quickly leaves for the auditorium. This guy is definitely weird. What does he expect hanging around like this with Dan? That he will miraculously find a girlfriend? With my arm still around Emma, I followed Dan to the park without much enthusiasm. What is it with everyone and this new professor? Is it someone famous? I really hope we get the option to just completely ditch Emma and go for another girl. Can we go for the professor? The autumn breeze makes Emma's shoulders shiver and she decides to cling to my arm a little tighter in hopes of drawing some warmth from it. I just love autumn. My goofy smile quickly fades as I become aware of Dan's condescending look. I didn't know you were a hopeless romantic, Justin. Yeah, I get it. You're not familiar with the very concept of monogamy. Depends on who you're with. I mean, if Jessica decided one day to come and warm my bed, who knows? Who's Jessica? Who knows indeed? After all, we just need a A stroke to fall into your arms. Oh, hello there. I turned my head to the newcomer, Jessica, the goddess of the class. Hey, yo, why are you saying that in front of your girlfriend? Okay, this guy's definitely not loyal. We're definitely cheating. Like, absolutely. Of the whole university, for that matter. Despite Emma's presence, I'm unable to stop my gaze from sliding over the perfect curves of Jessica's body. Whoa. Tall, elegant, slender. Many heads turn when she walks around the campus. Mine included, of course. Sometimes. What's wrong with contemplating such a bewitching vision? Emma ticks all the boxes of the perfect girlfriend. Jessica meets the criteria of the perfect lover. Uh-oh. Is our girlfriend... Is Emma gonna be a yandere? I'm getting the vibe that that's where they're gonna go with this. I'm like, I don't know. He's looking at other women right in front of her? I mean, I've definitely done that in front of my wife, but don't tell her that. Way too high maintenance, of course, but her looks. I feel Emma's fingers tighten on my arm and notice a slightly uneasy look on her face. Like, I'm not saying, like, you're cheating necessarily if you're looking at another girl, but, like, I don't trust him. I don't. He's hanging around Dan too much. I feel Emma's fingers tighten on my arm and notice a slightly uneasy look on her face. She and Jessica don't really get along very well, to say the least. Well, you look like polar opposites. I mean, Jessica seems like she has a lot more confidence, and Emma's over here looking kind of plain Jane, which nothing wrong with plain Jane. Like that's great. Like, she's probably very faithful, but this... You gotta understand the context that this is like an anime game, so I'm assuming there's yanderes, and Emma looks like the perfect candidate for one. I don't really understand why she's afraid of her. Jessica, beautiful, I was waiting for you to come and brighten up this dreary morning. Yeah, sure, keep staring, you're such a pig. Don't say that, you know I think about you every night. Spare me what disgusting thoughts you have at night. Dan burst out laughing. The two of them actually get along pretty well. I don't think there's any hint of romance between them, but I might as well add some fuel to Jessica's fire. After all, them arguing is so much more entertaining than class. Alright, so are you two dating now? Jessica's a beautiful yet murderous look. I know, that's a yandere look right there. The kind that makes you want to submit to her will despite the fatal outcome. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? Ha. Wow, okay, just freaking slap the shit out of him. Turning abruptly to Dan and slaps the top of his head. You're the one spreading this rumor. You filthy pig, there's not enough money in the world for me to even touch a disgusting guy like you. Come on, Jessica, your virtue deserves much more than money. You filthy pig, just die. Okay. Group bursts into laughter except for Jessica, who scowls. It's almost the same couple's quarrel scene every morning. That said, I'm convinced that the relationship is purely friendly. Platonic. After all, Dan would have been bragging about it if he had managed to get his hands on Jessica, even if only for a night. Even Emma seems to relax a little. I take the opportunity to tighten my embrace. It allows me to show her that I'm not interested in Jessica, even if my eyes linger on her more often than they should. Which is what all the guys of our year do, by the way. Anyways, what's with this new professor? What's so interesting about her? I feel like she's all anyone's talking about. Is this really a big thing? A new professor? Just what I'm thinking. Finally, Emma speaks up in an unusually excited voice. I heard she graduated top of her class last year. She was so good that the university agreed to hire her on as an assistant professor, even though she's barely older than us. That's unheard of. Jessica glares at Emma with a contemptuous look. She's probably your spirit animal, right, Miss Perfect? Emma cowers in on herself as if she's been slapped. I have to step in. Hey, Jessica, I know your grass-based diet must be a pain on a daily basis, but I don't need you to lash out onto others. Jessica strides towards me in a way that's both graceful and intimidating. Her haughty hair and amber eyes seem capable of setting the surrounding air ablaze at any moment. Unable to suppress a shiver, I struggle not to look down at my shoes. They've gone a bit too far. Well, we're all happy to know that your underwear sits right next to Miss Perfect's bed 3 times a week, but you really need to get your feet back on the ground. New shiver. Sorry, milady. Ah! Cringe. Don't ever call someone milady. Girl left slightly next to Emma. This girl's scary. I wonder who'd be crazy enough to chase after her. Yo, chill, Jess. You know Justin is the white knight type, just defending his damsel in distress. Ugh, I can't stand white knight types. It's not me. Jessica pouts, eyes lit with contempt glued to Emma. There are damsels in distress that would be better off thrown to the dragon. Unusual silence sets in. I don't understand the animosity between Jessica and Emma. Sure, they're diametrically opposed, but it's like Jessica's unable to stop herself from belittling Emma under any circumstance. This doesn't leave me with an easy role. What exactly am I supposed to do? Fight with Jessica? Yeah, right. All I can do is helplessly listen to her acidic rants about my girlfriend. Except for raising my voice every time Jessica goes too far. As she did just now, I'm completely powerless. Fortunately, Dan often manages to diffuse the tension. Got a real gift for that. His hand brushes Jessica's shoulder and she immediately turns her animosity to this new threat. Dan raises his hands in front of him as a sign of peace. Jessica, you don't understand. This new professor, apparently. She's a total hottie. Oh gosh. It's Kensuke from freaking World End Syndrome. Gosh. Jessica raises a haughty eyebrow. What? She wears a miniskirt and plunging cleavage, and that's enough to tickle your Y chromosome? My poor Dan, I thought you watched enough porn in your life to be numb to such trivial stuff. Dan shakes his head, a condescending smile on his lips. You don't understand. I've never gotten so much... okay. You guys, if you watched me, you know I can't pronounce things. Diarambic feedback. Something like that. On a girl. It's like she's everyone's first choice. Even Leah told me she was beautiful. Diarambic. Don't use such big words you don't understand. Is it to impress the infamous professor? Dan turns to me, a lecherous drool on his lips. Even Leo told me. Leo! Leo has little interest in women, so that explains it. Damn it, Justin. Say something. Emma glares at me. Oh no. Everyone's looking at me pissed off. If I say something stupid, I'm a dead man. Well, I just hope she's a good professor. Dan's eyes look like they're about to revolt. More than good, she's super hot, a pure goddess. You know, I'm just here for class. My pathetic defense doesn't fool anyone, and certainly not Emma. Of course, I'm intrigued by the so-called goddess. In the same perfectly timed reflex, Emma and Jessica roll their eyes with a sigh. Men. All pigs. All it takes to ease tensions is a common enemy. Jessica gives Emma one last contemptuous look, then heads towards the main building. Temporary truce, shall we say. Justin, I think it's time to go. Emma takes my hand and heads towards the building as well. Luckily, she doesn't look too mad. I should be good to go. I catch a glimpse of Dan out of the corner of my eye as he silently mouths a few words that are unmistakably beautiful. Super hot. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if something big's gonna happen when we get to midnight, you know, Midnight Witch. I walk into the half-empty auditorium with Emma still holding my hand. Looks like not everyone is planning to attend this morning's lecture. Let's sit over there. As usual, Emma sits at one of the top of the middle rows, at a very reasonable distance from the board. I'm so relieved that she's not one of the teacher's pets who station themselves front and center of the class. I just hate the front row. Being at the back is so much more pleasant, reassuring even. You see everything that's happening. Must be a predatory instinct. How long does this class last again? 3 hours? I don't got 3 hours. Stare at her unblinkingly for far too long to hide my dismay. Over the whole week? Yeah, that's what I would say. Small, crystal chiming laugh escapes Emma's thin lips as she quickly kisses me. Nothing so silly. Social studies is one of my favorite subjects. Yeah, me too. One of my favorites is Skip. My class was such a brilliant professor. It's the dream, no? What more could you possibly ask for? Staying in bed with you for 3 hours. Whoa! Okay. Dang, I'm a Chad. Emma slaps my arm bashfully, unable to hide the hint of a smile. If you keep thinking about it all the time, you'll end up like Dan. I hold my hands in front of me as if to apologize. No risk. Dan spends all of his time finding the perfect girl, but I've already found her. Okay. Nice. Emma blushes with pleasure. It was really not that complicated. Flattery and special attentions are the 2 pillars of a successful relation. You're counting on shallow flattery to get me to sleep over tonight. Put on a puppy dog face. She forgets my secret weapon, self-pity. Self-pity is not attractive whatsoever. That girl will not care. With nice girls like her, it works every time. Emma grabs my arm and whispers a few words in my ear. If you take notes during class, consider it done, boss. Emma looks at me with a particularly adorable expression. Justin, I love you. I love you too, Emma. You already know that. Yeah, but I love when you say it. A duet of identical voices raises behind me. Ah, I know, they're like they're the grossest couple. I hate couples that are like just so PDA and talking about how much they love each other in public. I'm like, go get a room. You disgust me. Hi, Justin. Hi. Emma. Emma! Chloe. Zoe. Seeing Emma's face light up like that, I know exactly who's behind me. The twins. Hell yeah. Twins always make a game better. I can always dig twins. Wow, they are very different. One of them's got a very Japanese kind of hairstyle, and the other one, I mean, still could be Japanese, but clearly a little bit more confident in herself. Maybe a little bit more into the athletic department here. Really rushed aside to let the double-hair tornado pass by me and rush to him. I love that he describes him like that. You'll never guess who we saw making on the way here. I still can't believe it. What? No way. Yes. Yes. No way. Didn't even say anything yet. Exasperating silence. Turn away and take out my laptop. I want to know who was making out on the way here. Hey, yo, what? Why would you do that to me? Say that I find the discussion mind-numbingly boring would be the understatement of the year. Besides, I hear he with right after. But you didn't even you censor. Why would you censor the names? If only I had noise-canceling headphones. Scan across the classroom that's slowly filling up around me. Some people clearly decided to stay in their bed this morning. Freaking, that's what I wish I could do every morning. But you know, I got a child to take care of, and I got other things I need to be attending to. But from the looks of it, there's still a good 30 or so students who bothered to show up. Not bad for a morning class. That's Emma, who's still absorbed in intense exchange of gossip with the twins. Must be turning into a mushy romantic, but she's just so beautiful when she smiles. I know, you disgust me. Stop this. At the corner of my eye, I see Dan staring at me from the back row, miming what I guess to be some obscene gestures with his hands and mouth. His gaze alternates between me and the twins. Right, he's been talking about his mission to one day have a threesome with them. Bold. You know, I'm rooting for you, my guy. Good luck with that. Look towards the twins, who are indeed identical in every way except for their hairstyle. They're quite cute, sure. Pretty nice, too. But hearing them talk to Emma for 17 seconds is enough for me to turn me off right away. Just so incredibly boring. But I told them, okay, but only if you... He thought he was talking to me. No. Yes. Kill me now. Amber glint catches my eye. It's only Jessica who sat a little behind me in the back row. Very reasonable distance from Dan, though. Bob, aka Wes, is giving her sideways glances. Creepy glances. Is that because she looks like the character that's on your shirt? Maybe that's supposed to be her. A little perv. Why? Is that why he's always with Dan in hopes of getting closer to Jessica? In front of her are two poor losers who turn around very regularly towards her, trying to catch her attention in the most obvious way. Probably hoping that she'll eventually talk to them when she needs a pen or something which will brighten their lives for a whole day. Might sound mean, but I really feel sorry for them. Unsurprisingly, no girl comes to sit near Jessica. Not exactly popular with girls. Maybe because of her diva-like personality and her natural ability to make the most loyal boyfriend drool with envy. She's probably the cause of more than one breakup around here. I haven't seen this new professor yet, but to paraphrase Dan, Jessica is super hot. If she were to start hitting on me, no chance, by the way. I'm not completely sure I'd be able to stay with Emma. This guy ain't loyal, I'm telling you. Emma, she's the best girlfriend in the world. Pretty, sweet, smart. Doesn't have that sexy, dangerous edge that you get from a femme fatale like Jessica. Emma is incredibly cute. But Jessica is beautiful, almost in an intoxicating kind of way that is hard to resist for any red-blooded man. Shake my head. There's no way I'm going to ruin my relationship with Emma over a one-night stand. Not to mention the essential fact that Jessica would never try to hit on me. Wow, he's not even trying to hide the fact that he wants to cheat. That he wants to hook up with this other girl. Okay, he fortunately, for the better. He's literally trying to convince himself that that's not what he should do. This guy ain't loyal whatsoever. I turned to Emma, her face sparkling from the vapid revelations the twins are rushing through. Her chestnut brown hair, her thin lips, her soft skin. I hope she wasn't lying about tonight. We're not to clean my apartment, but the sheets are clean and I still have some of her favorite chocolates. My face naturally breaks into smiles as I open my latest notes on my laptop. The social sciences file contains about 10 particularly short sentences and a few words highlighted in bold. Yep, that's it. Let's say that I'm desperately relying on Emma's notes. When are the midterms again? A slight nudge pulls me out of my thoughts. Suddenly I become aware of the silence in the auditorium. Most of the twins are now sitting in the row right in front of us while Emma's trying to get my attention. Justin, look. I'm not the only one who looks stunned. Seems like the whole class is under the spell of... what exactly? My eyes swerve towards the front of the class. She's sitting on the lecture desk in the most natural way. I'm unable to look away as if hypnotized by this woman. The most beautiful woman in the world. Her endless legs crossed in front of her reveal slightly more skin than decency would allow, despite the presence of highly transparent pantyhose to satisfy the eye. Her alabaster skin particularly emphasizes a graceful neck, which crowns a chest whose opulence can be easily guessed despite the presence of a very decent blouse. Her whole body seems to have been sculpted in a divine crucible under a night sun. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense anymore. I feel as if I can no longer control my brisk breathing. The regular beating of my heart accelerates again as my eyes linger on her fine, even features, her bewitching smile, her jet black hair cascading down her shoulders. My gaze finally reaches the most bewitching, most unreal part of her anatomy. Her eyes. Eyes at once dark, sparkling, laughing, intimidating. An impossible night blue gleam dances in her beautiful gaze. The air around her seems frigid, but my brain has never been so feverish. How can I be satisfied with my dull and insipid life after encountering such perfection? The regular professor's loud voice rises sharply, but only partially breaks the spell that is mesmerizing the whole class. I like her sprite. It's cool. Listen, this is Miss... Please call me Evelyn. The playful tone emphasizes the bubbly and perfectly controlled side of her voice. That of a woman who knows perfectly well what she's worth, what she wants, what she has. The professor clears her throat, not without giving her a quick lecherous look. Evelyn, yes. Evelyn is my new assistant, and she'll be teaching most of my classes next semester. I'm counting on you to stay serious and focused. A few whispers rise from the back rows. That's the dream job. You hire a super hot assistant and don't do shit. How do you become a professor? Yeah, right, you just hired her because she dresses like a... You bet I can pay her just to look at her. Guys are all real pigs. Real pigs, yeah. Please, quiet in the back. The whispers quickly died down. Good. I count on you to welcome Evelyn and show her the full extent of your capabilities. For those who have any. Professor punctuates his last remark with a glance in the direction of Dan, who grins with all his teeth, his eyes riveted on Evelyn. Do we really call her by her first name? I wish you all a good day, and good luck to you, Evelyn. The sweet tone adopted by the professor when addressing Evelyn leaves no doubt as to his attraction to his new assistant. Perhaps he did indeed hire her simply by her looks, but who wouldn't hire her simply for her looks? You think he's doing her? Oh, why would you say that? I mean, clearly that's for the main character, you know. He wishes he could for sure. Damn, I'm so pissed that if he's really doing her, I'm so much better than that old shit. Stop dreaming, she doesn't sleep with just anyone. That's perfect. I'm not just anyone. A few greasy laughs rise to the back of the room. Most of the male students are wearing a toothy grin, delighted to get such a lovely reward from going to class this morning. I just say for a professor like her, the semester is gonna be perfect. Gosh, those sound effects are so loud. The sound of the door slamming shut tells me the professor's left the room. It's only Evelyn and us now. Evelyn and me. I feel like she's looking at me. This is the most unloyal main character I've ever seen. Like, he's looking immediately to get rid of his girlfriend. Yeah, I've been with her for 2 years, you know. She's nice. She's cute. But, like, oh, the teacher? Hot. You know, Jessica? Hot. Of course, the few neurons still active in my brain to focus on Emma. Emma, my girlfriend, beautiful as an angel. And Evelyn, beautiful as... Hello, everyone. Good morning, madam. A collective murmur rises from the rows of the room in greeting to the new arrival. Like I said, you can call me Evelyn, but please don't call me madam. I am barely older than you. A light laugh with sweet tones reminiscent of some shining crystal bells escapes her finely chiseled lips and echoes off the large walls of the auditorium. I graduated last year, so I was a student like you until very recently. Oh, she's almost our age. She's my future girlfriend for sure. You have to get over me first. You have to get over her first. You pigs. Evelyn seems unfazed, as if she couldn't hear the whispers among the rows. I hope we can bond to learn better together. I'm still very new to the job, so I'm counting on your goodwill. There's a heart. Muffled echo of all the male voices erupts in the four corners of the auditorium. Of course, you can count on us, Professor Evelyn. I need private tutoring. Wasting no time. If you need help outside of class too, please let me know. I always help beautiful women. It's how I was raised. Stop it, you're making me blush. Her amused eyes roam the auditorium and scrumptiously probe each row. The room looks a little empty to me, but I think only important people are here. What do you mean important people? What does she mean by that? What do you mean by that? Just a subtle way of saying she's going to take attendance for a morning lecture. That would be unheard of. Immediately feel sorry for anyone who stayed home sleeping for getting an unjustified absence for missing such a heavenly sight. Hey, if you're skipping class, you're skipping class. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting. Evelyn comes down from the lecture desk with a small, light hop. Well, I think it's time for us to start the class. Just to start on the right foot, by the way. What class am I supposed to teach you? Even Emma's left speechless. No one expected her to say that. You're kidding. The professor just hired her to have sex with her. She doesn't even know what she's here for. I want to talk about every matter with her. She's got matter for sure. Does that mean anything, you moron? Of course it does. I mean, she's got big boobs. We get it, you fat degenerate moron. Evelyn seems to revel in everyone's reactions. This is a social studies class. A beautiful smile appears on Evelyn's perfectly harmonious face. Social studies, wonderful. That's my favorite class. Just like Emma. The new professor's gaze finally swivels to me. Shit, she's definitely staring at me. Say a joke, something cool, show your muscles, anything. It's your moment. Okay, first of all, don't do any of those things. It's a great difficulty to regain control of my emotions, well helped by Emma's slightly trembling hand on my arm, saved by her jealousy. You handsome, what's your name? Breathless, I managed to articulate an answer with the little confidence I left in me. I'm Justin, madam. Evelyn. A few snickers echo around me. I can tell the guys are burning with jealousy. Why did I put my name in here? This makes me sound like such a beta male. I'm like, not Chad at all. Justin, that's a nice name. It is a nice name. Okay. That is a nice name. Not as nice as Evelyn. Dan, get off my lane, okay? This is my moment. Dan tries to step in with no luck. Evelyn keeps her eyes on me. Justin, please tell me where you were in the course. Oh shit, we got our first decision. We're gonna save. Because that's what we do. We save when we don't know what we're doing. Do I want Emma to save me, or do I want to just immediately try to cheat? I think we just immediately try to cheat. I didn't show up for half my classes, so... There are many things I don't know in this universe. The meaning of life, the origin of black holes, the expiration date on the milk sitting in my refrigerator. Our progress in the course is simply part of this great unfathomable whole. Might as well go all in. Wish I could answer you, but you know, I haven't shown up to class for... Oof. Emma grazes me with a surprisingly powerful blow to the sternum that takes my breath away. Give Emma a surprised look. What was she expecting? That would be up to date with the course. My non-answer, however, earns me a few fat laughs from the higher rows. I swivel towards Evelyn. It was a risky answer, but I might have managed to put a small smile on her perfect lips. Well, Justin, I'm lucky you decided to show up today. I'm sure you won't regret getting up this morning. Who could regret getting up for Evelyn? Dan was right. There's something particularly mesmerizing about her. I nearly closed my mouth under the threat of Emma cocking her fist again. Might as well not push my luck too far. Who can help Justin remember where you were? We were on comprehensive sociology. Evelyn quickly claps her hands, looking visibly excited. The analysis of the social world. Fantastic. Social relationships, right? Domination, power, differentiation. And no, without understanding a word she just said, as long as she looks happy. I guess I have a blissful smile drawn on my lips since I immediately feel Emma's fingernails digging into my arm. Ouch! Her cold look encourages me to stay quiet. Sorry. Thanks, Emma, for helping me. I look around. Most of the male students are looking at me with a mix of envy and hatred. I'm taking the lead. The pressure from Emma's fingernails grows stronger. I'm not competing, I swear. Perfect, let's start the class. I'm counting on all of you to behave. With this group, that's asking a lot. Emma was right. Evelyn is quite brilliant. Despite her visible lack of preparation for the specific class, she has been talking about comprehensive sociology for over 5 minutes with particular insight and sense of expertise. Her eloquence is very impressive. Given my insane lack of knowledge in social sciences, I'm unable to say if what she says is actually relevant, but she definitely sounds very convincing. All male students would definitely agree to anything she says. Wait, isn't this the Dr. Fox effect? Seems like I've actually learned a thing or two about sociology over the years. Take a look at the other students. Most of the girls behave exactly like usual. At least the ones I know. Emma takes perfectly organized notes on her little pink laptop. Gosh, is she supposed to be like a Legally Blonde? The little pink laptop? It's something definitely out of that movie. Zoe is having a quick manicure, a little nail polish jar unsteadily resting on her right knee. Chloe tries by all means to catch the eye of a guy sitting a few rows down without much success so far. As for Jessica, she's staring at her laptop screen far too intensely to actually be paying attention to the class. What about the guys? Well, half of them are drooling over Evelyn, while the other half is feverishly looking for hilarious questions to ask in order to get her attention. Dan is dutifully juggling between the two. What about me? No point in lying, I haven't taken a single note. Emma's presence right next to me keeps me focused enough to avoid drooling on my keyboard. Her presence and how dreadful her wrath would be if she caught my eyes shamelessly linger on Evelyn. I'm lucky she's here. Well, maybe not lucky, but... Nudging the elbow pulls me out of my daydream. I wasn't staring, I swear. Emma looks at me warily, then finally smiles. Very funny, but take notes. Class started 5 minutes ago. I watched the little cursor blink at my laptop screen. The file containing my notes has not received any update since. With a sigh, I place my hands on the keyboard and start writing a few keywords from Emma's notes. Hey, do you guys have internet? Then I turned to a student sitting a bit further to my left. I haven't tried yet, why? I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. I don't care, I'm working, just stay home if you want to slack off. Emma gets very passionate when it comes to class. That's because in addition to being extra cute, she's also a very bright student. Chill, yo, I was just asking. My name's Skylar White, yo. New whisper behind me this time. Wi-Fi's down, they must have changed the password last night. Only the school intranet works. University intranet, great. Aside from the fascinating articles about the discovery of electricity and the biography of the college's dean, this thing is as empty as my fridge on a weeknight. Hey, log on to the intranet chat. Everybody's trolling. Right, there's also a chat room for the students on the intranet. I didn't even know this thing actually worked. I mean, with social networks and mobile phones, this kind of thing is literally useless. But now since we don't have the actual internet anymore, I find the address in a few clicks and manage to log into the chat room. The interface is incredibly old-fashioned and seems to be working. Messages are flooding. I open the small tab listing the people logged in. There's almost 30 people. The whole class is already on the chat. Go back to the message history. It seems that nobody is able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Pink lady. Seriously, nobody can crack the new Wi-Fi password? It sucks so much. F this. When did they even change it? It was working just fine yesterday. I got no signal on my phone. Yeah, I don't have any signal either. Nobody can get any signal in this auditorium. It's always been like this. Why the hell not? This auditorium was built with new materials that more insulating, but also prevent any mobile signal. Yo, shut up. Shut up, y'all. You're saying something interesting. So we'll never get any signal in this room. Who's West Sea Wizard? I can guess who that is. Shut up. Going through an impressive number of insulting messages in pure flood. It's insane how an online chat can become a garbage can in no time. Gosh, it reminds me of, was it PictoChat? Is that what it was called? Back on the DS? And you could like just get into a room with people and just write whatever. We will eventually, thanks to the deep indoor technology, allow signals to pass through very thick walls, but it's expensive for normal network operators to install. Oh, this guy's a nerd. How do you know all of this? It's Wes, Dan's friend. His mom works for a telecom operator, so he knows about this stuff. And your mom, you know where she operates. The smile naturally forms well. The humor in this, I've noticed, is very middle school. Very middle school, which is funny. I would have liked it to be a little bit more mature for a college setting, but you know, maybe this is just how it is. I didn't go to college, screw that. Smile naturally forms on my lips. That chat being anonymous is just so easy to troll. Keep scrolling and finally reach the most recent messages. Just keep staring at my princess. Dan Womanizer. I wonder who that is. And tonight she'll be in my bed. Yeah, right, you got no plans and no balls. That's what she said. Gosh, was this game written 10 years ago? No, more than 10 years ago, like 15 years ago. No, not quite that much. It would have been around 2009, so somewhere around then. The plan, Dan Juan. I like how those guys just, I do your mom. You mad, bro. Of course I have a plan. Kiddos, just wait a little longer and enjoy the master class. Frustration much. She's way too hot. Stuck in the Matrix. Oh no, we found Andrew Tate. He's in the chat. This girl is like an angel that fell from the sky. Too bad she didn't fall in my bed. She's so hot, I can't even focus on what she's saying. I just look at her lips moving, and that's enough to make me happy. Oh gosh, me too. Stop bragging, guys. Justin took the lead already. Yeah, too bad for you, Dan. She even called him handsome. Yeah, Justin's hot shit. I know. You already know what it is. So what? You guys don't watch me for the games, right? If Justin forget about Emma, just do Evelyn. I think that's his plan, honestly. Like, I don't think we're planning on staying with Emma. Like, we're literally trying to, you know, get out of this relationship as soon as possible. Hell yeah. Nice. Shit, if Emma reads this, she will. Justin took the lead, but Emma slapped his butt, so disqualified. Great job, Dan, although I doubt he said that to help me. You guys are just pigs. Just if anyone can actually get to do her. I guess a pink lady is Emma, because it seems like she has a pink laptop. No, ugly as shit. You got no chance with a girl like her. You ever see girls as anything other than a piece of dead meat? Or human beings too? Is that supposed to be Jessica? I don't know who F shit up is. You look more like a fat fish. Raw meat. It's getting ugly. Welcome to the surgery of online chatting. To sum up, no one found the Wi-Fi password. Dan has no serious plan to hit on Evelyn, and the trolls are out early today. Lean back against my chair and take a long stretch. Glance over at Emma, still focused on her notes that now fill an entire page. Has Evelyn talked that much already? My laptop screen continues to display an impressive flow of new messages with a little change in content. Gratuitous insults, obscene comments, and obvious trolling. Quickly check my phone for new messages. No signal. Shit, I forgot. Feel Emma's incensed look on my face. She hates it when it slacks off and I look up at Evelyn again. Feel another jolt in my body. There's something about her that's particularly hypnotizing, mesmerizing, almost unreal. Again, I feel that her gaze is focused on me. I find this almost unreal bluish glow dancing in her laughing eyes as if she was able to cast a spell on me. Maybe she did. Well, not able to look away. She looks gorgeous. I stiffen slightly at Emma's hand, as Emma's hand shakes my shoulder. Take notes, hurry up. Emma, I'm unlucky. I'm lucky she's here. Lucky? I sigh heavily and type a few random words on my keyboard that don't make much sense. Yeah, he's so planning on dumping her. Like, I mean, he's just seeing it now that she's kind of naggy, perfect student. Doesn't really fit well with him at all. I wonder how they did get together in the first place. Take a quick look at Emma, who's writing down every word pronounced by Evelyn's sweet voice at a bewildering speed. I just can't focus. I haven't been able to focus in social studies class for years, and it's not going to happen today. I rest my chin in the palm of my hand and open the chat room again with an innocent look. As long as I pretend to focus my laptop, Emma shouldn't mind. Found a horoscope on the internet. Oh, this looks like shit. This shit looks like it was created 20 years ago or something. Like when your mom was still doable. I don't know who you are in real life, dude, but if I ever catch you, I think it's funny. It means your mom is super ugly, IRL. You think you're a real smartass, don't you? I can tell you your horoscope for 20 bucks if you want. I can get you for free. You're an idiot and your future is shit. You got the link to the horoscope. There's really nothing else on the internet games. Would you expect? Counter-Strike or something? Seriously, you can get Counter-Strike on the internet. Give me the link. LAN party. Horoscope, great. Guess I really don't have anything else to do, and a miracle can always happen. I might actually find some old Counter-Strike version hidden somewhere on the internet. Click on the horoscope link without much conviction. Not having internet is a pure nightmare. What did people even do before? I don't know, actually pay attention to your lecture? I thought you guys liked the teacher, so why are you guys all ignoring her right now? Wise as a phoenix, charismatic as a dragon, shy as a unicorn, clever as a troll. What mythical creature are you? My DS. Who's DS? This is a bullshit psychological test. I would have even preferred an actual horoscope. The one you love, he is single, but you see him, her laughing with his or her ex. Burn my face with my hands. What the hell am I doing? It's a love test for dumb teenagers. I don't know, you guys kind of sound like dumb teenagers, so I think it's only fitting. My disillusioned pout grows as I go through the answers. Oh, frick, I have to actually answer this? Well, frick, we're gonna save again. Because I'm gonna have to come back to these. You cough and walk over to interrupt their discussion. You confront his or her ex after class to find out what their real intentions are. You don't mind because they're just talking, that's all. I think B. If we're gonna do the chat answer, I think it's B. The answer inside. Who could have possibly created that shit? No beating around the bush, I like that. Question 2. The one you love asks you out for dinner, and when you show up, you notice that the other people are there. Feel betrayed, you were expecting some alone time, you get to meet his or her friends, which means you're getting more intimate. You openly flirt with someone else at the table just to make your date jealous. I kind of want to go with B again. I mean, I think that's a good thing if you're kind of getting invited to the group. Sure, you probably want some alone time, but, you know, you don't have to be a dick about it. Carpe diem. Best friend tells you that he/she has feelings for the one you love too. You kill them. I mean, what? You cry, you scream, you curse fate, and you get a beer with your friend. So I tell your friend that this friendship probably won't survive this. You don't choose who you love, may the best win. I want to choose C just because it's funny. Vino Veritas works with beer too. You're finally in a romantic relationship with the one you love, but you end up finding out about him or her cheating on you. You dump their ass. Tell him or her to go die. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Give everything that's... No, if you've ever done B, which I have, no, never do that. Say nothing, but you decide to cheat on him or her too. Okay, definitely don't do that. I think you tell him or her to go die. Somewhat interesting question. Straightforward. Find out that your chosen one has actually been cheating on you with your best friend. You leave them to rot together since they belong with each other. You pretend you don't know anything. You're committed to each other. Break up now. Ooh. Turn your affection to your pet to avoid committing murder. Yeah. I think we go for that way. That one's funny too. You can. I got bitten by a toothless Labrador once. So. Gosh, how many questions are there? You're the one you love finally announced your divorce after years. Why is this so dark? You celebrate the event with a bottle and champagne and a bouquet of... There's definitely going to be some stabbing here, I can already tell. So is his or her infidelity to your lawyer so you can get full custody of the kids. You set fire to the apartment after giving him or her a sleeping pill. What? Ayo, which one am I supposed to pick here? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Don't forget to get a good alibi, though. The loved one blames you for the death of one of your children. You were the one driving, but you were the one spending the evening with your lover, but it wasn't even your kid. Doesn't sound like a you problem. Final question. Oh, thank goodness. You attend the funeral of your loved one, and his or her family insists that you give a little speech. You never speak ill of the dead. You explain that the kids are not yours. Partying with you must be fun. Congratulations, you are a Hydra. What does that mean? A Hydra. I feel like I've seen that symbol somewhere. Cunning, ruthless, aggressive, your enemies fear you, and so do your friends. You sometimes face contradict your decisions, but no matter how hard life you get, you always manage to bounce back. Sort of a lesser version of the Phoenix, basically. It seems your blood is poison, so be careful when you cut yourself. Alright, so I'll slide out and do some work. See you soon. That was weird. I was expecting something particularly cheesy and pointless, so some of the questions were surprisingly messed up. Yeah! Because the guy who created this thing didn't care about your actual result, not to mention his condescending remarks in Latin. He was probably very bored in class to come up with this. This probably proves the class has just always been boring, even 20 years ago. Take a quick look at Emma, who seems to be absorbing every single word said by Evelyn. A small smile appears in the corner of my lips. Good thing she's serious enough for both of us. I'm entirely relying on her notes. Go back to the chat room. Not a horoscope, actually. The guy this was a complete psychopath, and who would have... Why would it have to be a guy? Oh yeah, I'm a dragon. I know better, don't bother. How can I get the dragon, please? Hydra for me. I always manage to bounce back. A sort of lesser version of the Phoenix, basically. How can I get the dragon, please? Jackass, it was super hard to get the Hydra. Who else got the Phoenix? Not bullshitting, bro. I did the test 15 times. The Phoenix doesn't exist. Jessica got it. How can I get the dragon, please? Can't post a screenshot in this chat. Oh my gosh. Instead, pull you on and look down at the clock. Morning break won't even happen anytime soon. We're getting closer to midnight, ever so slowly. We're done with this chapter. I hope it wasn't too boring. The usual writing tide of voices spread throughout the rows. That was perfect, Evelyn. Listen to your voice for hours. Keep talking, please. Could you please repeat the last part? Wow, that one's actually paying attention to the class. Evelyn is still standing up, a lighted smile on her lips. Thank you all, you're so kind. But I've talked too much. Now it's question time. I mean questions. Shit, I didn't pay any attention. I do have questions for her. I answer right, what's my reward? A few laughs rise from the back rows as Jessica clutches her head in her hands, appalled by so much stupidity. Who can tell me what the Barnum effect is? Barnum? Never heard of them. Two hands go up, including Emma's and Dan's. You next to the handsome boy. Emma straightens up slightly in her chair, while a certain amount of murderous glances are cast in my way, following Evelyn's complimentary remark for me. Handsome boy, is that really me? It's the principle used for personality tests or horoscopes. People are flattered by a speech that valorizes them, which leads them to find inaccurate comments about their own personality relevant. Evan quickly claps both hands. Excellent, that's exactly right. What's your name? Emma hesitates for a moment, surprised by the teacher's unusual familiarity with her students. Emma. That's perfect, Emma. Read any personality test. You'll find a subtle mix of flattery and statements generic enough to fit the majority. Once convinced that the test results represent who you are, you would become more likely to accept completely false statements about your own personality. It's the power of the Barnum effect. Evan, you're the best professor in the world. Evan bursts into a crystalline laugh. Sorry, but flattery needs at least a little bit of subtlety, otherwise it doesn't work. Let's see, who can tell me about the bystander effect? It's a classic that you already faced in real life. Hands go up again, including Dan's, who must have really come up with a hilarious answer that he tries to pull out no matter what the question is. Evelyn sweeps the room with a sharp look. No, it's always the same people answering. I'll pick someone this time. She moves slowly across the stage in search of her prey, one hand brushing the desk as she continues to walk. A shiver runs down my spine. Who wouldn't love to actually be that desk? Hey, yo. You over there, what's your name? Lucas, ma'am. Evelyn? The guy named Lucas, I probably talked to him twice in my life. He's casually sitting in an obvious attempt to appear cool and relaxed. He stares at Evelyn with a knowing look, sure of his charm. At least as bold as Dan. Lucas, do you know what the bystander effect is? Is the bystander effect, are we talking about like when someone like is supposed to call 911, like there's an accident and everyone just assumes that everybody else is gonna call 911 so nobody ends up calling 911? You know, that kind of thing? Is that what we're getting at? You are a bystander to a significant event that you're able to replicate afterwards with accuracy. For example, my first time with a super talented girl when I was 14. As a result, now I can pull off some amazing tricks in bed. Concludes his answer with a wink that he probably believes to be the most charming in the world. It's dorky, vulgar, and probably off topic. I hope Dan has a better plan. On the side, she pivots back to her laptop. What a douche. You bet. He'll be lucky if he just gets kicked out of class. To my surprise, Evelyn continues to smile in a perfectly natural way. Does not surprise me. After all, you look like you belong to the gifted type. It's up to you to find out. Whoa. Evelyn's smile widens. Oh, but I already know better than anyone. Unfortunately, that wasn't the right answer. What? Ayo? Finding flash of light fills the entire room for a split second and immediately followed by a dull crack. My eyes instinctively close at the sudden light assault. The classroom is now dead silent. Did she just stab him? When I finally managed to open my eyes for good, I find myself facing a vision of horror. Evelyn is elegantly seated on the table right in front of Lucas, smiling, beautiful, natural, terrifying. In front of her, Lucas stares dazedly at the long blue spear that crosses his chest and holds him firmly against the back of his seat. There's blood absolutely everywhere. The eyes widen. Lucas tries to articulate some words, but only a bubble of blood springs from his lips and splashes a little more in his completely soiled clothes. Blue spear seems to glow with a supernatural and devious gleam, as if animated by a will of its own. Evelyn keeps her eyes riveted on Lucas's face, whose life is rapidly slipping away. It feels like time stays frozen for an eternity. My brain, unable to process the images I'm witnessing, can no longer reason rationally. Shit. Lucas covered in blood. Evelyn, the magic spear. Evelyn, the blood. Evelyn, what the fuck? No way. What the hell is this shit? I'm dreaming. A nightmare. For sure. That's impossible. It's impossible for sure. But some of the parts that make up the scene don't make sense. The murder, the magic. The beautiful smiling teacher covered in blood. The blood. Blood. No way. Tell me it's impossible. Please. I'm unable to take my eyes off this completely surreal scene. I barely managed to hear the scream that tears through the surrounding silence. Help! Run! The paralysis that gripped the entire room disappears all at once, as if by magic. A very large panic begins, with half the students taking cover under the tables, with the other half rushes to the door. Well, that changed up really quickly. We were just chilling, and all of a sudden we're not chilling. We're located at the end of the room from my seat. Fuck. Emma turns to me, her face livid. Without thinking, I pull her against me and tip backwards so our bodies are under the table. The action is purely symbolic, but what more can I do? With my brain is screaming at me to think of a way to get to the door, my gaze goes back to Evelyn. Still smiling, she gently caresses the handle of the spear without seeming at the least disturbed by the agitation around her, or by the bloody body facing her. Her medallion glows at the pulsing of the magic spear, which seems to be absorbing the life of her unfortunate victim. It seems that Lucas is living his last moments. His face becomes more and more livid with each passing second. His eyes take on a gray color specific to dead corpses. A frightful nausea invades me. Blood, death, supernatural spirit that seems to feed on Lucas's blood. Life, death. Possible? That's impossible. I pull Emma a little tighter against me and force her head to turn towards my chest in a futile attempt to spare her from this macabre vision. Revulsive, traumatizing. Search for empty words of comfort, but the only thought that crosses my mind is I can never forget Lucas's pierced body. No matter how long I live, this scene will be etched in my memory forever. In spite of the ambient rush, a new shrill scream is followed by a pestilential odor invades the room that silences all the other noises. I try to find a proper vision angle without exposing myself unnecessarily. I manage to see a flaming mass collapsing on the floor just in front of the door. Don't tell me another student. The door is trapped. Students amassed near the door are all caught in a primal panic. Wow, this really did go downhill. I'm very lost. Trying to stampede ensues, the crowd divided by the desire to get as far away as possible from the two corpses, that of Lucas and another unfortunate soul burned alive. Evelyn's bubbly voice rises from the center stage, as if she had teleported again from the back rows where Lucas's corpse still lied, nailed to his seat by the magic spear. No, the class is not over. At those words, all the students froze, and a new icy silence invaded the room. Evelyn's beautiful smile lights up her face, which strangely no longer bears any trace of Lucas's blood. If you don't hurry back to your seats, I'll have to punish you too. Okay, yeah, I mean, if you can't get out, you might as well sit in your seat right now. After a few interminable seconds, the message finally sinks in. Clear as blood. Punishment. Death. New panic sets in. Most of the students rush to the relative safety of the tables, while a handful remain motionless near the door, totally paralyzed by fear. Evelyn gazes at these death row inmates with a delighted expression. Oh, bad students. One of the three students still standing faints, her face maddened. The second lays eyes on the totally charred corpse, then bends over to vomit profusely. The third, his limbs shaking all over, seemed to have completely lost control of his own body. Evan slowly approaches the door, her eyes riveted on the two girls on the ground. Poor thing, she's fainted. What kind of teacher would I be if I punished a student with anemia? Her light-hearted laughter is in total contrast to her seriousness of the situation. As for her, Evan takes a small step to the side to avoid the puddle of vomit. Sorry, but eating in class is forbidden. That's how you mess up the room. With a nonchalant gesture, she extends two fingers in the direction of the unfortunate girl still on her knees and agitated by sporadic retching. New flash of light, blue this time. The student collapses totally on her vomit in a big spray of blood. Oh my, look how dirty she is. I hate dirty people. The last student still standing tries to move away, but his legs seem to no longer obey the movements intimated by his hips. He just manages to lean against the wall to avoid falling. Evelyn raises her eyes full of malice in his direction. Why aren't you sitting in your seat? The class has started already, right? The unfortunate guy opens his mouth like a fish out of water and painfully manages to squeeze out a few words. It's not a valid answer. Sorry. Evelyn gives him a ravaging little wink, then quickly waves her left hand in his direction. New flash of light followed by a dull cracking sound. Long blue spear identical to the one that pierced Lucas goes through the student's chest and literally pins him against the wall. Contrary to Lucas, death must have been instantaneous. The student doesn't emit any rattle, and his inert head falls to one side in a frightening angle. Looking satisfied, Evelyn quickly contemplates her work, then returns to the desk while clapping her hands. Well, I guess we can resume the class. She runs her delicate hand through the long hair. I think I was just asking you some questions. Just a few more questions, we'll start a new chapter. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that would certainly get you to pay attention in class, that's for sure. Ellen sweeps her with her eyes. All the students have taken shelter under the tables, just like Emma and me. Perfectly useless shelter, inasmuch as the underside of the table is visible from the board. It's going to be difficult for you to take notes crouching like that on the floor. Her right hand on her hip, she holds her other hand out to her side. A small ball of blue energy of supernatural origin quickly forms the palm of her open hand. Despite her enchanting smile, an evil glint gleams in her eyes as she opens her mouth again. If you don't take notes, I'll have to consider you absent. Oh, that's a scary face. A ball of energy begins to crackle, levitating above her left hand. The signal is clear. Obey or die. Students slowly stand up, reluctantly sit back in their seats in dead silence. Despite my heart beating way too fast to take the risk of standing up as well, Emma's still in my arms. My will is close to breaking when Emma raises her big doe eyes to me filled with tears. Emma, trust me. My voice is only a whisper, but she nods and lets my arms guide her. Sit back down in a seat right next to mine, then sit down as well. Her morbidly livid face doesn't let me forget the nausea rumbling deep in my gut. This is a nightmare, a pure nightmare. I slowly turn my head towards Evelyn, praying not to meet her eyes. With a big smile on her face, she's making sure that everyone is seated properly. A particularly sickening smell of burning flesh finally reaches my nostrils. I glance at the black carcass lying on the floor near the door. Just imagining it as a corpse of another human being makes me want to regurgitate the contents of my stomach. I can't. This is impossible. Impossible. This is completely impossible. Magic doesn't exist. No such thing as teachers killing students in a classroom. Not in my life, not in my very average, very basic student life. It shouldn't happen here. It shouldn't happen to me. Not to me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Fuck. I feel like I'm one step away from losing my mind. My brain can't comprehend events as surreal as the ones I'm facing. I wasn't programmed for this. No human brain was. Emma's small hand squeezes mine. Despite her shaking, the touch of her soft skin manages to calm my emotions slightly, enough to bring me back to my senses. I need to be rational, control my emotions, survive. We must survive. Evelyn can kill us in the blink of an eye. She's using magic or superpowered weapon from the future or whatever. It doesn't matter. We must survive. The facts are simple. We are totally powerless against it. No fight is possible. We can't fight back. So we have to trick it to understand her motives, the rules that underlie her morbid game. Put them against her like in a video game. Blood rushes to my temples with my frantic heartbeat. Close my eyes to try to concentrate more without success. Don't be an idiot. This is not a video game. There are no rules, no solutions, no escape. This is reality, or a nightmare. A nightmarish reality. I open my eyes again to meet Evelyn's gaze. My blood rushes through my veins. Did she just wink at me? Attention immediately shifts to the other side of the room, but the uneasy feeling persists. Am I next? I feel like I'm having trouble breathing. I would imagine in a situation like that you might. My swallowing becomes very difficult as if my throat has become totally knotted. I'm gonna die, like Lucas, like the others. We're all going to die. Emma, Dan, Jessica, everyone. My eyes freeze on the door to the room. The only way we can escape, the only way to survive. A door trapped, a door that condemns the one who puts its hand on it to die by fire. My breath is getting shorter and shorter as I curl up slightly in my seat. I can't get out anymore. Trapped, condemned. Is everyone seated? Good, let's get back to the questions. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's just eager to get back to the questions. Yeah, so excited. Yep. I have a feeling you're not in a very talkative mood, so I guess I'll have to pick someone again. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I think this is a pretty good intro to the game. You guys kind of see what's going on now. Wow, okay. It went from very casual, you know, just talking to friends, you know, and joking around, you know, talking about, you know, how hot girls are, and then the dude just got stabbed for, you know, answering the question. Yeah, admittedly, he was messing around, but, you know, I don't think he deserved to be stabbed. Would you guys say that? Anyways, we'll go ahead and end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this look into the Midnight Witch, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.